Alright, let's go. Haunting Ground. If you guys have never seen this game, it is absolutely worth seeing, and we're watching everything. So, 3, 2, 1, let's go. It was on PS2. Oh, hold on.
Huey.
Alright, we're back. So now that we're back, about 3.5 minutes there. If you guys don't know about Haunting Ground, allow me to do a quick introduction before we go to the next cutscene. One, you start on this sheet because Haunting Ground is a game that explores a fear not a lot of games are willing to touch, and that is, I want to say, the fear of sexuality. A lot of people do not, take that seriously. This game teaches you how to take it seriously in a very well done way. I'm not going to be using the lewd costumes because I think they're sort of defeating for the whole thing. Anyway.
I've gathered some clothes for you.
Wait, don't go. Excuse me, but where are we? And how did I get here?
Yes, Master. We will keep her here for a while. I will make sure she stays comfortable.
Wait a minute. I remember being in the car with...
Alright, now we're back. So, if you don't need the map, it teaches you how to play the game. We're not going to really use those. We're going to be using costumes. I believe using this default costume would be the best experience of the game if you've never really seen it. Anyway, we learned a lot in that intro right there. We got introduced to a few major players, and we're about to get introduced to yet another one. The game has a lot of cutscenes in the early game, and really the game has a lot in general. But we're about to hit a few important rooms coming up. As well, I'm taking the speedrun I normally do, but I do need to be careful. So I'm going to start walking right about here. I do need my stamina. I'm wearing the frog costume because I'm wearing it, but we're not going to put her in it because I think the game is more severe if she's not wearing it. And this is the default outfit you normally wear, and we're going to be entering the next one. Alright, now we're heading to the Debilitas fight. The way you do this, ram into him 4 times. Debilitas is actually baby. We'll get more into him in a moment, but the fight works like so. 4 hits takes him out, and then he's done. So with Debilitas, the whole reason why that works is doing enough damage to any enemy in the game will send them running away or die, like lying down on the ground and dying. I'm not gonna Well, you know, let's go to it.
It's not a computer, that's for sure. It has alphabetic keys, though.
It's incredibly short, but I figured I may as well go for it. And this is the plate key. Extremely important. You make all of your things right now. I know the game, so... Okay, so I know the game, so I know what to make. Meth is going to be the first one, and it's actually supposed to be E-Meth, but we're doing a puzzle that lets me skip that. Next, I'm making later puzzles in the game that I don't need at the moment, but will need much later. You actually hit play keys later in the game, you're supposed to know them. However, I know all the puzzles ahead of time, so I'll make them all right now. There you go. So you do have to type in a few. And this is going to be for the various golems and other things in general. As well, I'm also going... Oh, hold on. We're going to do RRL. There we go. Yeah, how's it going, little ghosty? Exactly, you understand. Also, Chase Plants, welcome to the stream officially. I hope you're having a great day. I'm mainly talking during this section because I don't want to interrupt the cutscenes at all because I think it's something to enjoy. And Morgan. So, the extra items, Adamus gives you a special necklace that gives you a lot of health and stamina. Morgan gives you earrings that make you invisible. And Powder gives you shoes that can potentially explode your enemies. All of them are going to be very nice in the journey. Anyway, that's good there, and we can continue forward. We got all the plates we needed, and now we can continue forth, which is very nice. I did not. What does that one do again? I don't actually remember. So, why did we need meth? We're about to hit that puzzle right now, as you'll see. Possibly. Oh, hold on. There we go. So using meth makes the golem explode. Normally he'd move out of the way, but he makes it explode that way. Positive. You can also kick doors. But yeah, something. So where could I use the one plate? I don't actually know where I can use Saltatia. And now we're gonna hit some more unsettling cutscenes of the game. Most of the early games designed to introduce you to a lot of the game's characters. We met Daniella, we met Debilitas, and we'll keep saying. Oh, perfect. So I know where to use that then. I can make it while I'm in the room. Oh, I know what it does. Wait a minute. We'll play it. We'll play it. I know what it does. If I remember correctly, I know what it does. Anyway, you guys ready to get uncomfortable? Because it's about to get uncomfortable. Trigger warning for some of you. I guess enjoy.
Ah, Fiona. I see you finally awakened. There's something that I've wanted to show you for quite some time. Pull away that sheet behind you. Beautiful, isn't it? That, my dear, is what you will become in the future. Go ahead. You may touch it. You will be mine, Fiona.
Creepy shit, right? Right? Very smooth. Anyway, he shows us a wooden pregnant statue of us before we get the garden key, which you need to progress with the game. You can kind of see some of the characters in this game are very creepy. And like I mentioned, very unsettling. This game is supposed to make you very scared about your sexuality. And I always feel very awkward when I describe it to people because I'm a dude. Give me a moment. But there we go. So this is the luminescent. It exists to torture you. If it touches you, your panic goes up. Should dudes go there in this castle? No. You'd probably just straight up die. It's not a very good thing to happen to you. You do not want to die. Dying is bad. Let's keep going. Almost down. We have to get a castle sketch as the map of the game. There we go. But we don't really need it that much. There we go. He might. He actually might. But there's a reason why they want Fiona, which we'll learn more about later. For right now, though, enjoy. We have a few of these.
I am Ricardo, keeper of the castle. So sorry to hear about your accident. Your parents. As Master Ugo and Mistress Ayla are both deceased, you, Miss Fiona, are the sole surviving heir of Belly Castle. Are you in pain, miss? Will you be alright? You've had a long day. Please, rest upstairs. Your bed has been prepared.
Real. It's just a dream. This can't be happening to me. It can't be. Oh.
And we're back. So, guess who we're here now? He just typed. But there's a lot to take in there. We'll continue because there's yet another cutscene we're about to watch. There's a few more. There's a lot of cutscenes until like the next few sections. The game has a lot of cutscenes. It is quite like a movie, in all honesty. She's 18. Unforgivable. A wire is bound to the poor animal. It is digging deeply into the dog's neck.
Go now, and don't get caught this time. Go.
I can't believe there are people out there that would do this to a poor, helpless animal. And that man, so big and freaky. I just want to get out of this nightmare as soon as I can. Now, fun fact about Huey, in order to actually beat the game, you must treat him well. It is canon that Fiona treats Huey well. Also, it's an incredibly short cutscene, but I said all cutscenes will have that. But don't you worry, we'll have another one in just a moment. Then I can do more explanations.
Thank you. You saved me. Come here. Come on, boy. What's your name? So you're Huey. Well, hi, Huey.
So now I've learned about Huey. This is Huey. He's our friend and the main helper of the entire game. You have commands for Huey. We're gonna keep him on the white German Shepherd. You can make him a brown German Shepherd, and there's also a stuffed animal. A stuffed animal requires you to be on hard. Anyway, these are the commands if you want to see them. They're not too difficult. You have up commands, down commands, side commands, and it varies. So, funny enough, a lot of stuff in general will kind of help you out in a weird state. Just understand a lot of your commands need to be timed. First off,
Huey.
we'll give Huey a good boy in a moment.
Huey.
Once I hear him bark, we'll give him a good boy.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
He doesn't really know us at first, so it takes a moment.
Huey.
Come on. Come on. We have to wait, though. We do have to wait, though. We'll give him a few after he does his puzzle.
Come on. Go, Huey.
There we go, perfect. We can give him a good boy after this. Praising Huey after he does a puzzle actually helps you. This puzzle will help me out later, but for right now...
Good boy.
Even better, check this out.
Huey.
Watch.
Huey.
You can genuinely pet the dog.
Huey.
Come on, Huey, let's go.
Huey.
A lot of the sections have been learning how to get along with Huey. It does take you a bit of time, but it is rather nice. And the more you progress through the game, the easier it becomes to have Huey listen to you.
Come on.
In the early game, though, you need to do a lot of Huey commands. Saying no is actually required on certain sections just because Huey won't always listen to you. So saying no will reinforce, hey, listen after calling a command. Whenever he barks, he's understood the command. That's how he works. So right now, we're also going to see a very cool little action scene. It's not a cutscene, but it's a puzzle. And I'll only kind of go into Debilitas as well, because we haven't really done too much of that yet.
Huey.
So Debilitas, who is he? Why is he baby? Because I mentioned that several times. Debilitas is actually a child. He's like the equivalent of 2 years old. He wants Fiona because it reminds him of his dolly. In fact, quite often he'll say, my dolly. He thinks you are a replacement doll for his toy, and a new and improved doll. We also do this with Huey because I need him to go down the ladder. Traditionally, dogs cannot climb ladders, so we do it this way. And now we're going to be getting another interactive area with Debilitas. And you'll kind of get the extent of Huey puzzles.
Huey.
There's a lot of them in the game, and a lot of them depend on Huey doing certain actions like stepping on plates.
Sit.
And then waiting on said plates. If he sits down, he's absolutely waiting there. It's nice. Anyway, cutscene time.
Huey. Huey.
I guess I'll come back up while I wait for Huey.
Come on.
But yeah, watching cutscenes actually messes with Huey a little bit, so it's gonna vary. There he is.
Come on. No. Come on.
There he is. Sometimes you have to tell him no, especially in the early game.
Sit. Go, Huey. Sit.
There we go. And now he's on the plate, we can then do the actual puzzle right here, which will do something rather nice for me. So, that deactivates the trap right next to me. It's a pretty mean trap. We do not want that. Anyway, guess who we're going to encounter once again? Take a wild guess. I'll give you a hint. He's big.
Who is this?
You must pay attention now, Fiona. Be wary of Ricardo. Your Azov.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Azoth?
So we're gonna hide from Debilitas right now. And yes, Azoth. The whole strategy to hide from him, walk away. He found me. I don't know how, but he found me.
Huey!
Hopefully this works. We'll see. I want to get away from him as soon as possible. We do have to be careful, though. And this is a kind of a more interactive area of the chase scene. Why is he trying to seduce his intended?
Huey!
Well, Huntress, it's a very strange method he has there. But Azoth's a powerful thing in this
Huey.
game. And that's me one of the big factors in it. I need to get to a secret room right now to avoid Debilitas. So see if I can get it. I messed up slightly, not the end of the world. And how are we doing? Let's see. Wait. Crouching sorta helps. We don't need it just yet. We'll have another... There's a lot of alchemy references in this game. We'll have another way to get rid of him, don't you worry. We'll be safe. There, yep. Oh my god, Debilitas. He is not cooperating. I just walk there. Might be a better idea. He did find me. He did find me. Not the end of the world. There's another way around him, but I don't want to do any of them yet because I need them later. This normally does not happen for the RNG, but he is not being kind to me. There we go. When the music stops, you can get in the room. Again, we'll let him pass me. And then we'll walk away. Then run. Okay, I'm in the room now. We have like 3 things to do in this room, so it's very important I get into this room. Like, that's what I was trying to do the entire time. There's 3 things you gotta do here. 1 powder, Morgan, Adamus. This is the alchemy room. You can do a few things in here and like make extra items in the game, but if you made plates, you can also do the New Game Plus content. There's also the outfits in this room as well, when you can change into them. We're not going to do that though, just because a lot of them are rather tacky for the game. They kind of changed the whole sexual fear and the fear of sexual violence into a, why are you sexualizing Fiona, which is not very good. Fiona, not Fiona, what am I saying? Alright, let's go. Now you don't have to worry, because it's going to be pretty easy to avoid Debilitas. I have planned strategies, but now we're good. Here we go. There he is, and watch. Fun cutscene. It's a quick fall, don't you worry. But you actually want to do this to get down as soon as possible, because we can avoid Debilitas in the next area. We're going to have another puzzle coming up, which is going to be required. It sounds good, Sora. Enjoy your walk. He immediately goes away, because this is a puzzle area. And in a lot of the puzzle rooms, enemies won't spawn. There are certain rooms in this game that enemies just don't dare to enter for a few reasons, but they might enter on certain circumstances. We're about to see this is a good example of one. What I'm doing is I'm opening the door to the kind of boss fight area, which is going to be rather nice for later. Here we go. Yeah, they kick it 3 times. And after 3, we watch a cutscene. So, that actually triggered Debilitas by kicking that. Making noise in other areas will indeed trigger enemies. Keep that in mind. No matter what you're doing, you will trigger enemies in this game if you're not careful, no matter what noise you make. However, there's ways to dispatch enemies as we've been able to see. And we're about to do one of my favorite ones in the entire game, as you can see. Don't worry, Cosmic Huntress. You'll be fine. Now, Luminescent, if you hit him, it'll drive you into a panic mode. The only way you can die in this game, in most cases, is through panic mode, which is pretty unlucky. I know I can hide in this room, but I need Debilitas dead. I don't need him gone, I need him dead. Well, knocked out, I should say. Again, Debilitas is effectively a 2-year-old in a baby's body. So we're gonna call Huey. He's gonna help us. And that's adorable. There he is. And enjoy. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But we need that so I can have Huey for 1. And 2, Debilitas is now gone. So it's a 2-step process here. When he's knocked down, he's going to be knocked down for a good chunk of time. I have plenty of time to get away from him. It's going to be rather nice. Which I mentioned, we're going to need Huey for a few puzzles, actually. There he is. This door needs to be opened for later. We're going to come in there to get a key. And this kind of gets you the general idea of Huey starting off.
Huey.
Again, when he's barking, that's a good thing. We have a few puzzles to do with Huey here, and this is one of the rough areas. Good. He's running with me. This is solid. How Huey runs with you is definitely going to change the way the game works.
Huey.
There we go. While that's happening and Huey's following me, I pull down the lever. This is nice because now I can go back and forth from the main entrance to the castle to this side, which is going to be good for later. Actually, I don't even know if we do it in this ending, but I know it's good for C ending.
Go, Huey.
So, we need Huey to get flowers so I can eventually get a key called the flower key. He can fit in the hole, and it allows him to gather the flowers for me. You know you have Huey done when you can't do anything else. You try moving, or you will be physically frozen and unable to move. So now you get fresh flowers thanks to Huey. This is a really good Huey, by the way.
Come on. Huey.
There you go. Very good Huey.
Huey.
We'll give him a good boy for you guys.
Good boy.
He did good.
Come
As
on.
well, there's gonna be another cutscene coming up. You normally can skip this one, but I'm gonna watch it. I think it comes up later. I didn't hear it. There's a cutscene trigger for that.
Come on.
I want to say it's on the way back, but we'll see.
Go. Go.
Whenever you do this sort of thing,
Go.
you want Huey to get in there before moving. Running-wise, anyway. Alright, he's in. Sweet. There's a lot of cutscenes you might miss if you don't do the exact right cutscenes, but most of them are pretty straightforward to get to. Anyway, speaking of cutscenes... And now we can progress. Let's keep going. We're doing good. The reason why we need Huey down there is because there's going to be a little key I need. Do that preemptively, it's nice. Those are moths. And since Huey's already down here, I can get the key already without having to redo this. Normally you don't know about this until afterward, but again, since we're doing speedrun tactics, we're going to know this is here. And now we get the study key. We're going to need this key to get a moonstone, which is going to be good for later. But we'll see how that goes coming up. It's pretty easy to get to. We just need to get back there. In fact, the next section is going to be devoted to getting back there. Debilitas can't show up, but there's actually a way around him. If he does show up. He normally doesn't, but he can. And I think I get the cutscene that's talking about right now. We'll see.
Come on.
It should be in this next area. Which I will watch it if it comes up, because it's not a death cutscene, it is creepy.
Fiona.
And we'll read it. Damn that Ricardo. He has sealed off the main gate. But not to worry, there is another, less known way out of the castle. An old mansion lies beyond the Belly Castle. Freedom to the outside lies through that mansion. I'm writing down directions for getting to the mansion below. On the first floor of the tower that lies on the other side of the suspension bridge, there are two round contraptions. These are known as the lunar panels. This is where we get the answer to the lunar puzzle, by the way. Use the lunar panels to shine light on the wall in the back room. Doing so will open the way to the chapel. There, you should take the goddess key, beam the light out of the second floor of the music tower, then adjust the three lunar panels to proceed forward. Fiona, please understand that my only desire is to free you from this wretched tomb of a castle. Lorenzo. So now I know who this is. And I'm doing on console. This is an actual console, yes. But now we know how to actually do the puzzle. You can actually progress through the game without that, but when you're learning the game, it's recommended you check that out. So, normally you wouldn't innately know that, but I innately know because I've played this quite a lot. Now, the way the timer in the game works on enemies is every about 5 to 7 minutes, an enemy will show up if they've not done so already. Enemies can show up also from actual, events and certain, triggers. However, if you just take too long, enemies will also show up. Around this time, I have taken quite a bit of time in the in-game timer, so Debilitas will be showing up relatively soon. And we're doing the Moonstone puzzle now, like I mentioned. We have a few of these to do. We also have to get an extra Moonstone, because if you don't look around, you're not going to get it. Debilitas will spawn after the study key, which is also why I opened this door in the beginning of the game. Anyone remember that? I opened that door very early on. There's no cutscene here, by the way. You just open it up and you get the item. There you go. Fun fact, it is faster to go all the way back around than take the shortcut back. There's Debilitas. He is baby. He wants to chase us. Like I mentioned earlier, he thinks we're a doll. Like he actually, as you heard him when he was chasing me, my dolly. And he just wants to play with you. But like, kind of like Lenny in Of Mice and Men, he doesn't really know his limits and will break your spine. Now, if you want your your spine shattered, play with Debilitas. If you don't, run away. As well, the eye thing I pulled earlier with the switch will let me go back through this way. Correct, healer. If I did not have that, it's an immediate death. There we go. There's actually an ending that you can leave out the front door. We're not going to do that right now because, I mean, I'm already going for this ending. But we're going to run all the way back, and we're going to be hitting one of the longest rooms of the entire game, and it's a puzzle room. It's a long puzzle to do, and it's going to take quite a while. But I'll give you some time to talk about what we're doing right now. So, before every boss, there's a series of puzzles. We have 2 of them before, well, I guess 3 of them before Debilitas. They really just kind of throw them at you and kind of hope to God you can solve them. Some of them require other items, while some are very straightforward in bases of the room. And this happens with every single boss, by the way. All the bosses will require, like, a few different puzzles to progress to the game. And there's usually a finale puzzle that will... Normally, it's, like, a death kind of puzzle, but the end game doesn't really feature nearly as many of those. The early game is a lot more cruel on your death puzzles. Anyway, this is the cube room. You can, yes. But the cube room, you have to match the cubes to the color of the wall. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. Nothing too crazy here, nothing too foreign. But you do have to know how to push the boxes. If you don't know how to push boxes, oh, I'm sorry. You'll never have a career pushing boxes. Everything I'm doing is in a very specific pattern because I want to make sure that when I'm pushing boxes, it's not going to be inoptimal. There's optimal box pushing you must get used to. And my favorite way of doing it's like this. And I don't want the camera to change because if the camera changes while you're pushing a box, you won't continue pushing the box. There's a very minor pause. And the whole idea is you want to make sure you kind of don't finish the orange ones immediately because you want to get to the silver one, and the only way to do that is to get behind this little wall right here. And you'll see that in a moment. Correct. Enemies can also have doors closed on them, like Debilitas, for example, but they will eventually open those doors and look in the room. They will search the room. Also, if you ever try hiding the same hiding spot, the enemies get smarter. Unless it's behind a door for some reason, because they don't really outsmart that one. I don't quite know why. But if you try hiding under a bed 7 times, they'll find you. You can't do the same thing every time. There we go. Also, different enemies have different AIs. So, for example, the stalkers in this game, Debilitas is one of the easiest ones to fool, while the next one's not nearly as easy to fool. They're a lot more intelligent than Debilitas. Alright, and... Debilitas is about 1/3 of the game, by the way, if anyone's curious. So, I probably finish in about 2.5 hours, which... need 2 more hours. I could do that. I'll just knock out immediately after I finish. The back-ended cutscenes aren't nearly as bad as the early game cutscenes, I believe. I think the early game is the most cutscenes in the game. While the late games, like, there are cutscenes, but not nearly as many, I'd argue. Here we go. And we shove. And puzzle. My bad. She puts in a lunar refractor into the base. My bad. I'm gonna skip the final boss, because the final boss is pretty boring, in all honesty. My bad on that one, guys. Muscle memory kind of took over there. Anyway, I won't skip this one. And that is the power of the moon. And now we're back. So like I mentioned, there's a few puzzles. We did 2 of them. There's one more puzzle before the boss fight. We're about to hit the Debilitas boss fight, and the boss fight's always a bit fun. Normally you have to kill them, but Debilitas' boss has other means to kill, which we'll find out. Anyway, the answer here is you have to go on an invisible path. If you have Huey, he'll direct you on it, but if you don't have Huey, you need to just kind of trust your gut. If you run straight forward, you'll fall into a pitch black hole and die forever. And then bad things will happen to your body. However, now we're going to get the key, like the note said, and there's a lot that happens in this room. Your choices actually reflect the ending of the game. There's some letters engraved here. To the seeker of the sacred technique of ours, obey the will of Hermes' divine cane and hasten to the secret staircase. The cane? Curious. I'll bet this is related to the goddess statue. Search more thoroughly? Yes. Boss time! Strategy! Make Huey not fight. Now you don't want to kill Debilitas, you can take him out peacefully. And the way to do that is you need Debilitas to actually injure himself. On the chandelier. You need him to break the chandelier and this will defeat Debilitas. That's one. We need both of them. Bear hugs are bad. Huey can attack there. Good.
It's okay, Huey. He can't come after us anymore. Good boy. Calm down, Huey. It's over. It's okay, Huey. It's okay.
He's baby. Debilitas is baby. So why is he baby, and what just happened? Well, there's two ways of dealing with Debilitas. The peaceful way and the violent way. We use the peaceful method by dropping the chandelier on him. What happens is you disable Debilitas, and then he is not able to attack you anymore. However, after that happens, with positioning and your sparing, Debilitas then sees you as an angel. You are no longer a doll in his eyes, and you are therefore an angel, and he respects you and loves you forever. And he's baby. And he will no longer hurt us, because he loves us. However, don't you worry, there's plenty more people coming to hurt us. Funny enough, the safe way and the cool way of beating Debilitas is actually the faster way, by far. In every single category, you never kill Debilitas because it takes too long, and it's sad. Nobody wants to kill him. He's such a cool guy. Anyway, guess what? There's people who are not.
Dinner is served, miss. Dinner is served, miss. My creator said he made me the perfect woman. But I cannot taste or experience pleasure or feel pain.
Well, thanks for the meal.
I am not complete.
Right now we're sick. Don't worry, Texan. I want to keep it cryptic on Daniella because we'll learn more. By the way, I know there's a cutscene in Daniella. I don't remember if we've seen it yet, though. I don't know when it comes up, though. That's the only problem. I know there's a cutscene that's really creepy, but I have no idea where it actually is. Sometimes, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let's see if I can find it. Either way, right now the food was obviously something of poison, so we're being knocked out. It's the one where the Ricardo. And now we run away. Daniella has arguably some of the best songs in the game, and she's not complete. So we need to run away. Well, there's actually, there's some reasons for that, Huntress. There's definitely some reasons for that, as we'll see. Anyway, this is a good way of avoiding Daniella. And Daniella, let's break down Daniella. One, I missed a cutscene earlier, I apologize. I didn't remember where it was, but it kind of shows Ricardo beating Daniella while she's smiling. And it's absolutely brutal. You're just kind of watching, and Daniella is staring you down. Daniella cannot feel. She cannot feel pain. She cannot feel pleasure. She is not complete. Now, what makes a complete woman? If any of us had to guess, what makes a complete woman? It's exactly what you think. Yes. And she wants to steal our uterus. And our Azoth. And that's her motive. By the way, this is a cool cutscene.
Miss, it's cleaning time now.
She just sort of cleans. It's cleaning time now, so she won't kill you. Once you escape her, it's cleaning time, and she does not want to kill you. Don't you worry, though. She'll be crazy again. Danielle has 2 phases, though, which you're going to learn about very soon. Most of the game will be in phase 2. There you go. She is back. Let's keep going. We're about to be done with it right now. It's pretty fast. But Daniella is absolutely crazy. Already happened, Rattlesnake. Give me a moment.
Come on.
There we go. That already happened. That's Debilitas. And now we get to run away. And then we're going to be away from Daniella for a little bit of time. We'll be safe. But, first things first. Alright, we're back. Yeah, let me know how to find it. I can show it. I don't remember all of the cutscenes of this game, how to find them, unfortunately. I know how to find a lot of them, but not all of them. Anyway, right now we need to actually open some doors. The fire poker scene upgrades Daniella's weapon to a fire poker from her other weapon. Talk to her in the mirrored room when she's facing the fire. Which mirrored room? Oh, hold on.
Come on.
I don't know which one. Tell me know which one, let me know. But yeah, the entire idea of this puzzle is use the luminescent to your advantage and you can fully go. Daniella is a very weird case, by the way. Oh! Alright, the one with the chessboard statue. Gotcha, I know the room.
Come on.
Come on, Huey. I need this for later. And now I can actually do this. And that is an actual answer to the puzzle. It's really unique. And it's one of my favorite puzzles in the entire game, actually. By the way. It's a very quick one, cutscene nonetheless. So, Summoners, you mean the one where, you, like, turn over the chessboard, the duo, and all that, right? Because I know the room that you're talking about. I just don't remember Daniella ever being in there. But we'll see. Daniella shows up in some of the weirdest sections, and she's very eerie.
Huey.
I want to be careful as well, because whenever you call Huey, run, or make any sounds, enemies will find you. So be very careful. The opposite room. The room on the right. Gotcha. We'll check it out. Come on, Huey.
Huey.
She will. She wants her womanhood.
Huey.
As well, she wants that thing called Azoth that I mentioned earlier. Azoth is a very powerful tool in this game, and that is what she is really gunning for. Our Azoth. It's extremely powerful. Anyway, Battle Watch is probably my favorite cutscene in this entire game. Because it's pretty silly, in all honesty. It's because she's a very intriguing character. Speaking of powerful Huey.
Huey.
Honestly, I'll never get tired of that sound. It's such a cool sound. And yeah, Huey is directly related to Air Bud, or is Air Bud himself. The dude just leaps up, and it's amazing. I never get tired of watching that cutscene. Like, it's the best idea in the world. I knew when I saw it, I was like, no, that is not happening. And it did. Anyway, let's see if we can find the scene that we were talking about, because it's going to be a cool one. And it should be right over here. Let's see. Why is Huey bad again? In the speedrun, it's really hard to get him to cooperate with you. It's exclusive to the speedrun. So I want to say it's this room over here. At all points. By the way, ready? She really does not like us.
Huey.
Luckily, Huey can help.
Huey. Huey. Go.
No.
Carefully. By the way, this is the thing I wanted. Well, I enjoy doing it, funny name. By the way, we have to wait a little bit to escape Daniella. She didn't see us, so it'll be fine. She has a dash attack now, though. I made the game harder for myself. We want to wait for the music to stop. Why am I invisible? Because I have an item that makes me invisible. It makes it easier to avoid enemies. That's Daniella. She's looking for us. Walking is the best strategy, by the way. By far. If you walk, she will not hear you, ever. So that's why I'm walking to this next room. By the way, this next room has a few cutscenes. I'm going to do it without the camera, but I'll still talk, okay?
Miss?
So every time I push one of these, the merry-go-round is moving. And you'll hear it. The only issue is Daniella may try to kill me now.
Huey! 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 Huey!
Let's escape.
Huey!
Uh-oh, that's not good. That is not very good at all. Luckily, I know how to play safe with this. There's a strategy we can do. Hopefully I'm not dead. If I die...
Huey!
Here's what we do.
Huey! Huey!
She doesn't ever chase you out here for some reason, so I can wait and actually use my lavender I grabbed earlier. Or my chamomile, actually.
Huey!
And I stand corrected. Alright, come on. She did poke me.
Huey!
Hey, Huey Kissy, how's it going? By the way, running attack, like I mentioned, she has. Luminescence are very deadly, as you can see. Come on, Huey.
Huey!
Like I mentioned, that running attack is crazy dangerous.
Huey!
Now I can escape.
Huey!
There we go. Oh my god, she found me. Actually, no,
Huey!
ooh. Don't worry, there's another escape path that's a bit easier.
Huey!
Nervousness makes you trip. Go. Luckily, it's very easy to hide. At least I thought it was. Wait a minute. What a bad combo. Oh my god. I can't tell you how unlucky I just got. I might actually die. If I die, I can't complete this. Oh, God. I don't know why I listened to the fire poker cutscene. Huey does not give you away, actually. Okay, this will work. That's called panic. Huey, weirdly enough, will never give you away. It is, in a way.
Huey.
Come on.
Come on.
The problem is I need Huey for a certain puzzle. That's bad. Here's what we do. The luminescents are kind of body blocking me.
Come on. Come on.
There we go.
Go.
We made it. We finally made it into the room. We don't need Huey after this.
Come on.
This is one of the toughest rooms in the game, by the way. There's a really cool death in this room, too.
Come on.
Honestly, the puzzle is never consistent. Anyway. If you try taking that key earlier, you can't actually get it. Because it'll attack you. Luckily, we don't need Huey anymore, but let's see how this goes. Hopefully, Daniella doesn't attack me on the way. I knew it!
Huey. Go.
Huey!
Huey.
Please?
Go.
Fight her?
Huey.
Fight her, Huey?
Huey.
Huey's not cooperating very well. Come on. That would have been terrible if she did. But the music's stopping, which is good. We're gonna wait. And this is also why I recommend grabbing Morgan. It only works in New Game Plus, which is... It's nice. It's very good. Now I can do this. By the way, we're going to be hitting Daniella again very soon. But we're almost done with her section. That's a Mandrake. If you know anything about your mythical beast, you might know what a Mandrake is. It screams and pulled out. Funny enough, watch. Guess who's gonna enter the room? At least you should. Luckily, though, I can outrun her in a moment. And then she just straight up found me. Thanks, Huey, for attacking anyway. A lot of times she'll close the door on me, so I can't have to keep opening doors, which is rather unfortunate. Looks like she didn't close these ones, though, so we're good. There you go. And... she kept closing my damn doors. Luckily, the graveyard's actually one of the safest places in the game. I don't quite know why, but it is. So, she's not going to chase me out here, and we get to do the puzzle. And he went crouch. The man went crouch. Alright, so Sumptus, do you remember the name of the thing? I don't actually remember off the top of my head. What was it again? Saltato? Saltatio. Here's what we're going to do. It just is a quick dance. That got my mind off things. Feel a little better now. Status restored. You actually get healed off that, by the way. If you need healing, you can get healing off that. So he's going to be marching down. There's a cutscene at the end of this, but he just runs down. RRL signifies the directions we took. By the way, Puppy Zebra, welcome. It is kind of creepy, and especially in this game, it's a little bit, uncanny when you think about it. But I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions, do let me know. My camera will be back up in a moment. There's just a cutscene at the end of this. And by the way, this is how you find out about meth, or if you know the riddle innately. There's a riddle, and if you know it, you can solve everything. Anyway, back to the little melting. Sorry, friend. You know, like an average man, just have meth sprawled into the ground. And that's what you've always wanted to do, right? Just type meth into the ground. It will make golems melt. The answer is E-meth normally, however, if you put in meth, it also works, because it's actually a reference to that. Anyway, we're nearing the end of the Daniella section, which isn't too hard. There's a few puzzles, like I mentioned, there's always a few, and these are actually some of the toughest in the game. She has an easy one and a deadly one. And then we have the boss fight coming up. We are nearing the Daniella boss fight. I would say we're about 2/3 of the way done with the game. The game is really short around the ending. Like, the game gets shorter and shorter as you play it. And it's a weird thing that doesn't really get brought up. Like, the early game is much longer than the end game. So I can probably finish this before 1 AM. I'm happy with that. And the puzzle answer is a dial. 1, 1, 2. I am. Obviously, you normally need to find the puzzle answers, but if you know them, it's really nice. Funny if you could also brute force it if you tried, but, I mean, that's up to you. We're gonna be going up, and now we're hitting the boss fight. Let's keep going. And like I mentioned, there is a deadly puzzle coming up. Let's hope I remember the order. Standard puzzle rules. 3 strikes and you're out. The answer? Well, first off, you should have Huey to get in here. However, red, red, black, red, black, black, red, red, black, red. However, watch what happens if you step on the wrong one. And I'll leave it up. It will take aim at you and kill you if 3 are wrong. However, you can turn it off once you pass it. And now comes probably my favorite boss in the entire game. And yeah, there's like cheeses to do. I recommend doing New Game Plus if you can, just because the game is pretty generous. It is very expensive. It is very hard to get this game. Which is why I'm so proud of me owning the North American version. Alright guys, showtime, and enjoy.
Blood, flesh, woman, you vile creature. You lure the man into your filthy body again and again, and you are allowed to do that because you are a precious, precious little princess. Precious, precious little princess.
Well, it'll take a while to guess what happened there. A lot. I was worried I skipped that line, by the way. That was one of my favorite lines in the entire game. It absolutely is.
Huey!
So the whole boss fight here, I need to push all these into the slots and then get the light on Daniella.
Huey!
It's actually harder than the fire poker route, by the way. Huey going on behind her is more damage and longer stun, so that's what I wanted. Huey is very resilient on normal. He'll die on hard, but on normal he's pretty resilient.
Huey!
Daniella will likely die soon. Daniella dying or getting knocked out for a section is very important. By the way, anyone who may have joined, and McDice is to love horror games and horror game playthroughs. If you're liking this so far, definitely glad to have you here. It would be. Well, her tears are bleeding. I missed one cutscene, unfortunately, so I do feel rather sad, but You can always watch it another time. I do like doing this game. Let's see if she's in the way. And we're done. Enjoy. And there we go. Ah, gotcha. Hold on, let me read that again. When she was alive, her facial expressions always seemed ice cold and devoid of feeling, but now it's almost like she is happily smiling from ear to ear. So I kind of glossed over and missed it, so I'll kind of explain it. You have this force called Azoth. Fiona has a lot of it. Daniella has no Azoth. Everyone in the mansion wants your Azoth. It is a very potent force that makes you have things like eternal life, or not eternal life, but everlasting youth, I should say. It does expire, but it is everlasting for the most part. The thing is, Daniella really wants to kill you for your Azoth, and to become a complete woman once again. However, I don't know if this is actually confirmed or not, I can't remember, but at least my headcanon for this. So, they want to do some terrible things to you in this mansion. And the Azoth it's not permanent. It lasts a certain amount of time, but you always need more. The thing is, Azoth has an expiration date, and Daniella is empty. Meaning, the people in this mansion probably got their Azoth from somewhere at some point, and that someone was Daniella. So Daniella was what Fiona could have been in another life. And that's what could potentially happen if you lose. So it kind of raises the stakes a little bit, doesn't it? Anyway, time to get creepy.
Miss Fiona. Now, if you would please come with me.
No, I don't want to. Please let me be. I want to go home.
But Miss Fiona, you are home. This whole castle is all yours. So, Miss Fiona does not wish to stay at her castle. You miserable wench. You were given the greatest gift of all, and you don't even appreciate it. I can't believe the Azoth was wasted on you.
Azoth, what does it mean, right? Well, we're about to learn. And we get introduced to our next stalker, who is Ricardo. He is one of the deadliest in the entire game. You have to be very careful about him. By the way, that's a cloning chamber. There's going to be a lot of clones coming up, so do keep that in mind. There we go. And I want to go on this room for two reasons. We're going to distract Ricardo, and then... There we go. Huey, get out of the way! Thank you. Wait, it's not a cutscene.
Come on.
Well, it was made by Capcom. We'll pet him. He deserves pets after that. He took some hits. He deserves pets. Let's go.
Huey.
So, we need this from 2 reasons. One, we escape Ricardo. Crazy dude.
Go, Huey.
And now,
Go, Huey.
we put Huey in this hole.
Go, Huey.
It's actually
Go, Huey.
based on RE4, believe it or not. So the castle is more closer to RE4 than it is Devil May Cry 2. But we have things called Azoth, we have chambers, and there's gonna be a lot going on here. More importantly, I'm getting into a locked door with Huey. So let's talk about Azoth and let's talk about clones. In the game, you're gonna see an extra enemy on the side outside Luminescence. You now have clones, and the clones are all failed attempts at making the perfect son by Lorenzo. So, to go into it, both Ricardo and your dad were clones of Lorenzo, who is your grandfather. Ricardo's your uncle, and your dad is your dad. So, you can kind of pick up where this is going.
Come on.
Snowfall in May? I have not Rattlesnake.
Huey. Huey.
Thank you, Sab. Really appreciate that. Something. Yes. Oh god, get out of the way here. Let's go. Now, the next section gets a bit rough. So, you have Lorenzo, who is the main root of the family tree. And then you have Ricardo and Fiona's dad. And then you have Fiona. And that's the family tree. Yep. I think it's really messed up right now. We want to kick these guys, by the way. I don't know why they made copies of Sons. He's a bit of a weird dude. I especially don't know why he made 2.
Come on.
Come on, Huey. We don't have Ricardo yet, that's good. I got Ricardo here last time, it's a bit worrisome. It is exactly like Clock Tower, that's because it's a Clock Tower spinoff.
Come on.
Here is Huey. And we need a special rock. And this rock is going to be very important because we turn it into other rocks. And it's going to be the main puzzle for this level. What's Fiona's dad's name again? Honestly, I don't actually remember. Yeah, it is, Sub. Ugo, thank you. Luckily, Huey is there to help us. Hopefully I don't get tracked down, we'll see. We'll see.
Come on.
If he finds us, he finds us. This is decent luck. And it's not useless right now. Ricardo can show up at any point as a very deadly enemy. He's here. Wait, is he? No, I'm having the other guy. Either way, we'll figure it out. So it's not as close as I thought. We're good. And, ooh, what the? I did not need to see that. Baby needed to get wrecked by the dog. All these things running on the ground are failed clones, by the way. It's basically Walt Sullivan from Silent Hill, The Room. Pretty much. Pretty much. So, like I mentioned, we're going to be making a special stone. That crazy guy, by the way, is another clone. There's going to be a lot of them running around. They're failed clones. There's going to be a lot of them, by the way. Alright, we made it just in time. Perfect. I was worried for a second. Correct. Those baby potatoes are failed clones. And you have to do 3 transmutations. Again, alchemy plays a very important factor here. It kind of goes in with Azoth, it goes with everything. Alchemy is the most answers to this game. There's actually a bunch of alchemy books as well if you want to learn more about Azoth, but we didn't read them because I'm illiterate. Nice, Ghosty. Nice. Huey will work at any enemy. As well, we go to all these machines and we keep upgrading it through transmutation. certain machines have certain upgrades. You have to play around with it to see. It's Ugo. I couldn't remember it, but it is Ugo, and you do learn in the terms of the game. But that's bad. Thank you, Huey. Hopefully I don't get found. We're doing good so far. So far, so good. And we're actually going to end up back towards the Daniella section of the game. If you guys remember earlier, we were in the other part of the castle. We're going to end up back there. What point do you get gold? We got sulfuric ore. We got the primary materia. And now we're going to get the white gold star. The white moonstone, I think? I don't remember. Correct. We still have a lot more cutscenes with Ricardo as well. I'm going to be skipping a decent amount of them because I'm doing all the puzzles early, but we'll see a few of them. And some of the most important ones as well. I'm not going to end up in the, I'm not going to do the weird operating room scene, though, because that takes a lot of time. And I don't actually know how to escape that. The White Godstone, that was the name. Perfect. So the White Godstone is the last one you need. You can do one more transmutation if you go to the last one. However, it just gives you an extra item. You don't really need it. It's just sort of nice if you're running low on items. Or if you don't know where to go. But again, the Ricardo section does have a few puzzles. And this is one of the major puzzles. And here's one of the hardest puzzles in the game and the major turning point of the game. So, like I mentioned, there's multiple endings. D ending, B ending, A ending, and C ending. I don't know where he is.
Huey!
Alright, let's keep going. Come on. I'm just gonna run away. We escaped, we're good. And invisible. It is plants, it is. And now we get to wait a little bit, but it's been good. It's been a good stream so far. Cutscene, sweet. And this leads me to the forest. Sounds good, Rattlesnake. The forest is probably, again, like I mentioned, the major breaking point of the game. If you treated Huey poorly, you get the worst ending in the forest. If Huey dies in the forest, you get the worst ending in the forest. You need Huey to get the best ending in the game. It is possible to lose him, either by treating him badly, or by having him killed.
Huey! Huey!
There we go. So, the two ways of keeping him alive are 1, tend to his wounds. 2, do not find Huey. Because then it will be assumed he never got shot. Board count, how's it going? Good to see you. D ending is really bad. You do not want D ending. Oop, this is bad, but not want to go this way. Let's keep going. That was a weird route. Wait, really? Strange, I've never actually seen the right before. Alright, let's go back on that, I suppose. Guess I need to. The forest route changes. There is a bit of weird RNG on this. We'll see. It does? Oh. I didn't actually know that. Go. Don't keep going. You guys want to see the cutscene? Oh, I know where Huey is. I'll do the cutscene. Because we're good people.
You've been shot. You'll be alright. This will stop the bleeding.
I figure I made everything else hard by this point, so I don't mind making this a little bit harder as well. There he is. You don't have to worry too much. We cannot run him. I have a faint idea of where to go, but we took care of Huey. He'll be our friend now, and he'll be good. Also, I do have chamomile, I think. No, I wasted my chamomile. Whoa, no! I'm gonna die herbless and alone. And right here's the ending. Wow, that was actually not bad RNG. Well, nope. We made it.
Why are you doing this? What did I do?
You inherited your father's Azoth. That is what you did.
What Azoth? I don't even know what that is.
That Azoth belongs to us, Fiona. Don't you see? You are our child.
Stop! I am not your child. I know exactly who my parents are.
Fiona, we are, or rather I am, knowledge. I hold invaluable information from the dawn of time. I am a great alchemist. I will not die. I am Oriola's belly, and I... Look at me, Fiona. Look.
What?
Just like your father, Ugo.
Daddy?
We are clones. We are clones. Ugo is no more. I am the original. with that, Azoth. I will finally be complete. You are about to give birth to me all over again. Another 2 or 3 days at most.
Huey. You saved me again.
Go, Huey.
We have Huey now. If you don't have Huey here, you lose the game and you, he succeeds in his plan.
Thank you, Huey.
There we go. Welcome everyone. We're doing an all Haunted Ground all cutscenes or most cutscenes speedrun. By the way, I hit another one, so be a bit quiet, but I'll be typing in chat.
Fiona! Damn you, you useless mutt! Ah, the formula is working then. It works directly on the eyes. You can't see me, can you? You are mine. I own you. You are mine. I own you.
There's nowhere to run.
Huey! Go!
Unlucky.
Huey!
I need Huey to attack.
Huey!
Okay, we're good now. I got the item I need. He's invisible. It's very deadly, actually. So we put a formula on our eyes that prevents us from seeing him. Huey can see him and attack him. Normally on Huey to attack right in the beginning. However, it's not working there.
Huey! Huey!
Yes, but Hunters will be learning about that rather soon. Although I do kind of want to skip the Lorenzo cutscenes. So the way this works, by the way, is you can juke him by just going down. So start up, and then go back down. Did he just die? No, he didn't die. He's right there. This always works, by the way. I don't know why it does, but it always works.
Huey!
I do need Huey, though. There he is, I hear him. Huey will be joining us because we're being for the top of the Spire. The Spire is actually a pretty interesting section. If you mess up, it's really unfortunate. Alright, Huey's here. That's good. The reason why we need Huey is because we're changing the actual direction of where we're going.
Huey!
There we go. Well, Texans, even worse. Hugo and Ricardo are exact clones. So realistically, it's more like your dad is trying to impregnate you. It's a clone of your dad. So it's somehow worse than that.
Huey.
Well,
And he's back. It is. I mentioned this is gross. It preys on the fear of sexual violence. And it makes you feel isolated. You're supposed to feel creeped out about a lot of this, which is what I think the game does well. Come on. Although I do... Huey. Come on, buddy. How did Hugo live a normal life? He ran away with the Azov. There we go. It would. But he wants to give birth to himself with Azoth, which Azoth seems to be the thing that helps out the cloning process. By the way, I can just run up to the top now. I do want Huey, but there's one last little area. Yep.
Huey.
Because Fiona has Azoth all in her body. That's what that weird tattoo on her back is.
Come on.
It's Azoth.
Come on.
Juke that. And we're good. Ricardo shows up yet again. There he is. The thing is, though, he immediately is gone if you just make it to the top. And we hit the worst puzzle in the game. How did Hugo get the Azoth? He stole it from Lorenzo. I'll find out more as the game goes on. Keep watching. Actually, I don't even know if I'll get to those cutscenes, because I'm skipping a lot of the cutscenes. Well, not all of the cutscenes. I'm skipping a lot of the Lorenzo sections, because I kind of want to... I will see. I think I still watch them, though, is the thing.
Come on. Go.
Alright, he's doing the puzzle. The idea of this puzzle is you step on one, he'll step on the other one. And you need to combo it.
Go.
There we go. His slow walking is ideal, and that's what you want for this puzzle.
Stop.
Again, a bark means affirmation, which is good.
Go. Stop.
Almost done.
Go.
Last one. I could. Up the Spire we go. We're going up to the top. Pretty much, yeah. I want to make sure I do that. We can watch the old Lorenzo cutscenes at the end, like, just because I want to make sure I can actually sleep. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. Mainly because I also don't want to potentially die to old Lorenzo, because the boss fight's actually not, it's not an easy boss fight. So let's check it out. Now, Daniella is guaranteed dead. And now we get the key.
Fiona!
Why must you defy me? Why do you run? Let me into your womb. There's nowhere to run.
That's definitely fighting, right?
Huey!
I need Huey inside the hole. This boss fight's very fun. It's an easy boss fight. You have a couple methods. This is the best method.
Go!
And we're done. And that was the day Huey brutally murdered a man. I mean,
Huey!
he kind of deserved it. He wanted into our room, but we say no. He is not allowed into our room.
Ricardo, you were always incomplete. But now, I will have your Azoth. You have not died in vain.
Little bit, huh? Little bit.
Come on.
Yeah, he does, Puffy. He does. You should be, Dark. You should be. There's a lot of things in this, like, a lot of the horror games I play do have a lot of, disturbing imagery. We're doing pretty good right now. We're making good time. And then we'll watch any cutscenes I may have missed in the loader if I can, and the extras if I can. I know I missed a few Daniella ones. We'll see. Hey, man, he just wants his Azoth, and he wants ours now. Really enough, though. He's not as into getting us pregnant as Ricardo was. Also, little fun fact, you don't have to worry about Huey. Huey will just kind of take care of himself right now.
Huey!
Like, he'll eventually show up again, so you don't have to worry about him following us. Ah, yes, there you go, Dark. There you go. But yeah, back down the Spire takes a little bit. You have to make sure you turn the right dials. You don't need Huey, because during cutscenes, he'll come back. So you just need to get a cutscene, and then he eventually will come back, so I can actually lock him up there. Right, but he's sucking out his literal life force. That's good, Rattlesnake. That's good. I heard police down the street. He is slurping him. He is giving him the suck. Now, doesn't anyone here want suck from a fucking 90-year-old man? Isn't that what we've always dreamed of? Having the suck from a 90-year-old man? You don't want that, Dark? He'll suck out your life force, literally. Like, that is premium sucking. There you go. Cool cutscene, though. Watch. Hey, fair, thanks to the host. His limbs are twisted into unnatural positions. It looks so painful. I guess death really is painful. His skin, it's so dry and leathery. His body, there's something that just doesn't feel right. But thank you, Ferret. How are you doing today? Doing retro. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you had a good stream. By the way, anyone who may have been watching this entire time or joined from any of the host/raids, what do you get in return for old suck? He makes you feel like $1,000. By the way, if you've been enjoying it so far, definitely shoot me a follow. It's always appreciated. It definitely helps me get one step closer to a partner. And this stream is definitely going to be a good one to get me closer. This is all natty. Even checking every now and again, it's all natty. Like, did I get a partner by the end of the year? It's going to be great. Anyway, now we're in the old castle. This is the final area of the game. I'm going to be skipping a decent amount of the cutscenes, not actually skipping them. I just want to be interacting with them. So we'll try watching them later on if I can, but we'll see. Anyway, we do get one coming up. As well, I go here. Nice. That was Ricardo. That was Ricardo, Lil Zay. He had a crazy sword and he wanted to kill Ugo. Go. Free gin. I'm really excited. Either way, we need a candle flare. Have a good rattlesnake. Oh, I'm glad to hear you had a good breakfast. Hope you guys well. Anyway, little glitch I can do. If I break this, I get an enemy. I don't have to worry about old Lorenzo. I don't want him because he's a very hard boss fight, and I'd rather not die at the end of this. Like, actually, I have a lot of trouble fighting old Lorenzo. It's not an easy fight. But I can do this instead. This normally happens when you're getting chased by him. Normally in that cutscene, old Lorenzo would be chasing you. However, I have bugged out the game that he's not going to be chasing me because it makes it easier to follow through. But you'll still see him die and interact with the cutscenes with him. It's like this. So, you don't actually skip the fight by killing him. I skip the fight by having the luminescent help me out. The thing is, if I just doing that, he comes back and will continue crawling after you here. You then go in this room with the machinery, and then you have to fight him as a boss fight in this room. It is not an easy fight, and it is way too easy to die. So in this room, you'd have a fight with old Lorenzo where you'd have to get him on the conveyor belt after doing enough damage to him. It's incredibly difficult and way too easy to die, so I wanted to make sure I skipped it so I can complete the run. Going in that top room is very sketchy. You do not want to do that. So we want to go down, and I went the wrong way. You're going to go this way. And we're going to begin the finale of the game. We're nearing the end. We have a few more rooms we got to do. Here we go. And there's only so many rooms you actually need to do, but we need to learn how to escape the mansion. We're very close to being done. We are nearing the end of the game. But first, you have a puzzle you gotta do, and that puzzle requires you to know where a staff is. I wonder if there's something that used to be inserted here before. There's a small piece of a broken branch here. Huey will actually help you out. Yes, and Old Man Ricardo's, Old Man Lorenzo's insane. You came with the scent boy.
Huey.
Huey now knows where to go if you know how to find it. You need to look for it, but Huey can find it if you get close enough. Old Lorenzo is one of the hardest bosses in this entire game, so I didn't want to deal with him. However, there's a different boss who we're going to have to be dealing with now. And he is actually much harder. Huey! Thank you. Luckily he won't show up here, and here we go. You choose the harder fight that makes you less likely to die. I wanted to skip that. Huey's barking. He's trying to tell me something about this wall. You can skip the fight by abusing the luminescence existing. This is the staff, the cane. I don't know how or why, but for some reason, I feel like I've seen this one before. Cane of Catasis. And now we're about to go to the end game. This is the final boss. You cannot skip this boss. Old Lorenzo's the second to final boss, and he's really tough. I think he's harder than young Lorenzo. But now Lorenzo has undergone a bit of a change, as you'll see here. No, you have to do both, the Dark. It just... I was able to skip one. You have to do both, though. You still need to fight both. It doesn't change.
Is for naught. How long do you plan to keep this up? Let's finish this, Fiona.
Now we're on young Lorenzo.
Huey!
This is the final boss of the game,
Go!
and he is now younger because I think he's tapped into some of her ass off. There's two ways of fighting him. I'm gonna use the funny way. You kick him until he falls apart.
Huey!
That explosion is actually good luck, so I didn't get that during an actual speedrun. Just keep kicking him. You can also summon fire that will damage the hell out of him. However, this way is a bit safer.
Huey!
He says that a lot. We're gonna kick him apart. That punch is a one shot, by the way. Keep kicking him. Keep kicking him. Beat him up. Destroy him. Wait his hand now. Oh, I punched Huey!
Huey! Huey!
Huey, take him out!
Huey! Huey!
Go! Beat him up! And he's dead. Hey guys, don't worry. We're done, we can go home. It's all nice. There's nothing that will stop me from going home now. We just have to escape and we'll be good to go. Right? Right? Yeah. It's pretty crazy right now. Man on Fire, you guys remember that movie? Oh, poor Huey. Come on, buddy.
Huey!
A lot of cutscenes coming up, by the way. You need to do this because the other way is blocked, so you actually need to run this way. Like, I know you're thinking, well, why not just go the way that doesn't have the statue? You're actually blocked off. Man on fire is chasing us. When he touches you, you die. If you do this kind of shove, you won't be affected by gravity. So it's a good time save. Anyway. Done. He's finally dead, but you know what this means. Open the door. Open. And done.
Thanks, Huey. Huey.
Anyway, that was Haunted Ground. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll watch a few more of those extra cutscenes I missed. Hopefully I have them. There's an extra shot. But that's not to say for right now for this one. Thank you for watching. We'll keep watching a few more just because we're on Twitch. I also want to put this on YouTube, so it's a good time to do this. But yeah, this is a Clock Tower spin-off, so there's a lot of Clock Tower references. So, that being said, that is the best ending in Haunted Ground. I did miss a couple of things, and I would like to show them off more, but unfortunately I don't remember every cut. It's been a while since I've done all the cutscenes in this game. I do a lot of the speedrun routing instead. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a follow if you've not done so already. It's always appreciated, and it's one step closer to partnership. I know I mentioned that a lot, but I'm pretty excited. This is actually a really good stream for that. So, we're going to skip these credits because of the credits. Thank you, Puffy. I really appreciate that. And here's our end card. The end card gives you a lot of different stats that you had throughout the run. Let's see what I had. And it tells us our ending. Our ending was Fortes Fortuna Jufan. And we had a 2-hour, 19-minute time. Roughly about what I expected, because we watched all the cutscenes. And our dog level was D, because we were pretty fast. We didn't really get a lot of the items. We defeated 2 enemies in total. Those are the little guys. Our panic was 2, because I panicked twice around in the yellow section. And then track star is the type of thing I got. Depending on how you play the game, you can get different titles. And then you also get a stamp on a plate key if you beat it again. Morrigan, that gives you the fairy earrings, if you did not know that.